Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everybody, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening everybody, good evening, good evening. How are you guys? Good evening everybody, how are you guys? Good evening everybody, good evening. How is everybody? Please do let me know. I'm also great. Thank you so much for asking. So amazing. So I'm able to see some of the familiar names as well in the live chat. Some of the names are new to me. So please do are attending a session or a boot camp via DevTown for the very first time. Can you guys let me know how many of you are attending a session or a boot camp via DevTown for the very first time, guys? Guys, can you let me know how many of you are attending a session via DevTown for the very first time, guys? Is there a lag? Okay, let me just check what is the problem, guys. Give me a second. I don't think so. There should be a lag right now. Right now, it's absolutely perfect. Let me just, yeah. Okay, so right now I think so there shouldn't be any lag. It should be ideal streaming as of this particular point of time. So do let me know, guys, how many of you are attending a boot camp via DevTown for the very first time? Okay, so a lot of you are attending a session via DevTown for the very first time. That's good to hear. I think so. There's some issues with the internet itself. I guess I'm actually not getting a good ping right over here. Okay, there's a lot of lag as of this particular point of time, guys. I think so. The internet has improved. If it is lagging again, then we will just have the class tomorrow itself. There is no issues in that. Okay, guys? Will that be fine with everybody? Okay, it's still lagging. So, will that be fine with everybody, guys? Please do let me know. Today we are having some internet issues, I guess. So, due to that, we are having a lot of buffering that is going on. If you guys want, we can start from tomorrow itself because I don't want you guys to suffer due to the lag that is happening. Will that be fine, guys? Please do let me know. There's a lot of lagging that is happening right now. So due to there's some internet issues, I'll get it rectified today. If that's the case, we'll have the class from tomorrow itself at the same time. Okay, 6 o'clock tomorrow. Will that be fine with everybody? Please do let me know. Okay, so I'm posting this message on the live chat as well so that If anybody is not able to hear me, they are able to see it actually. So we'll be having the class tomorrow itself at the same time at 6 o'clock. So please be ready about it. I'll make sure that there is no lagging in the tomorrow's class itself, because while teaching, if it is lagging in the middle, you guys won't be able to understand the topics properly. I will just introduce the bootcamp to you guys right now. The bootcamp, we are going to start off with learning about asymptotic notations, okay, how to analyze different algorithms. We'll be learning C++ as a language as well. You don't need to know the programming language, we will be learning it here in the class. After that, we will be starting off with arrays. We'll be learning about how arrays basically are stored in the memory, what are the different interview questions that are asked in C++ and arrays. We'll be looking at some programming questions as well. We'll be looking at competitive programming along with data structures and algorithms. Okay, so this was a small introduction to what we are going to study in the next few days. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Yes, the ML class will happen. I will just go back home and I will conduct the class from there so that there is no issues with the internet. Okay, so that you guys are also not facing any problems. Of course, the classes you will have to attend it live to get the attendance. So how the attendance will be taken up and how you are going to get the certificates and everything, I'll be letting you know in tomorrow's class itself. Okay, this bootcamp has been brought to you in collaboration with Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador Program and Google Developer Groups. DevTown has no affiliation or partnership with any other companies. Okay, we only have partnerships and affiliations with Microsoft and Google. Along with that, so if anybody is telling you something else, you can please ignore them as well. Okay. Okay. So like I said, today there's some issues with the internet. Okay. That is the reason why we'll be having the class tomorrow itself. Do not worry about it. We'll be starting at 6 o'clock. Please be on time. Okay. It is not lagging right now, but it was lagging pretty heavily like just 5 minutes ago. That is the reason why we are shifting the class tomorrow, because when I'm teaching, if it again starts lagging, then you guys won't be able to understand what I'm saying. So we need to ensure that that is not happening. Okay. Okay, so there is no lag right now. Is that what you are saying? Okay, no issues. Then we can continue with the class as well. If there is no lag in the middle, we'll continue with the class itself right now. Just make sure, guys, that if there is a lag, just let me know. If it is a very small lag, you can just ignore it as well. Okay, and let's start with the session itself. Let's forget like why to conduct it tomorrow. Let's continue it right now itself. If there is no lag. Okay, so I will just introduce myself once again. My name is Shaurasana and I have been I'm one of the co-founders at DevTown. Along with that, I have been a data scientist, a data analyst, a full stack engineer, a machine learning engineer at companies like Reliance, Geo, Fastnell, Google. I've also been a part of Google, wherein I was there part of the Explore ML program, where I used to go to different colleges and I used to teach topics like machine learning, AI, full stack web development on behalf of Google. Okay, so that is a quick introduction about me, just so that you guys are familiar with who I am and what we are doing as of this particular point of time. Okay. The next particular thing that we are going to focus upon is what we are going to study in the upcoming classes. Okay, so in the upcoming classes, we are going to focus upon your topics like asymptotic notations. We are going to focus upon analysis of algorithms, C++ as a language itself, arrays in C++. We'll be looking at some programming questions, interview based questions. So the entire bootcamp has been catered in such a way that it will be focusing a lot more towards interview preparation for different companies. Like, for example, what is the type of questions that is being asked, and there is no prerequisite. There are just like two things that you need to know before starting off this particular bootcamp. The first one is if you are able to understand my language, whatever I'm speaking, if you are comfortable with the English that I'm speaking right now, that should be more than sufficient. Okay. The second thing is you should have some basic knowledge of mathematics, some basic knowledge like what is a linear equation, what is a quadratic equation. And I hope that these are the things that have been covered in 8th and 9th standard. So anybody who is currently present in this bootcamp should be familiar with all this stuff. Are you guys able to understand? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand what I'm saying? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So yeah, that is all that you need to know before starting off this bootcamp. Otherwise, everything else I'll be teaching you guys in the class itself, so you don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Okay, great. So let's get started with today's class. Once again, I will just inform you guys the information about the certificates that you will be receiving, what is the criteria of these certificates, how I'm going to take your attendance on a daily basis. I'm going to tell you guys at the end of today's class and not right now. Okay, so we will just start off with the class itself, with the learning process. Once it is being completed, then I will be letting you guys know about the certificates, what is the criteria, how the attendance will be taken up, and all these guys. Okay, uh, that's great, Nisarga. Okay, so like I said, please focus upon the class itself. There's a lot to learn and a lot to grasp as well. So try to take down notes as much as possible so that you are able to revise them at a later point of time. Also, if I am coding something in the class, please try to practice it once the class is over so that you are able to get a bigger understanding about what is happening and you are able to sediment it into your brain as well. So let's get started right away, guys. Okay, there will be some concepts that we will be teaching you guys in this class. So we'll be having some theoretical concepts, some practical concepts, and we will be mixing it all together. So please be patient. Of course, in the live chat, there will be a lot of people who will be asking questions that I've already answered. Okay, so maybe they have joined late, or maybe they were not listening to me properly when we started out with it. So please try to make sure that you are able to help them as well. Okay, so if there is any question that you know that I've already answered and somebody is asking it, please be collaborative with your peers. Please try to answer them as much as possible. And yeah, that should be more than sufficient. Will you guys be able to help me out with this, guys? Please do let me know. Will you guys be able to help me out with this? Please do let me know, guys. Will you guys be able to help me out with this, guys? Please do let me know. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So let's get started with our today's class, guys. Okay. We'll start with the analysis of algorithms. It's a very important topic, actually. And it's something that you guys need to be familiarizing yourself with very soon at any point of time, because that is the start of any person's programming journey. The main goal of learning, so why do we require data structures and algorithms and competitive programming and all these kind of stuff? The answer is extremely simple: to get a job. Okay, so before starting out with the same, let's first understand why data structures and algorithms is so important. Any IT company, whether you are applying as a data analyst, a data scientist, a full stack engineer, front end, back end, DevOps, cloud, you are going further with cybersecurity, you're going further with a blockchain engineer, software engineer, any field remotely related to IT. Okay, their hiring process starts off with a coding round. Okay, first a online coding round. where your knowledge of data structures and algorithms and competitive programming will be tested out. Okay, so if you are not able to clear this online coding round, you will never be able to be given a chance to actually sit in an interview with these guys. The second place where data structures and algorithms come very useful is in the interview process. So in the interviews itself, there are three rounds of interviews, usually A, B, and C. The first round of interview that is there in every single company, no matter which company that you are aiming for, is data structures and algorithms. Okay, so if you are not good at data structures and algorithms and competitive programming, you will never be able to land a good paying job in the IT field. Even companies like TCS, Infosys have these two things in common. Okay, online coding round and data structures and algorithms. As the package increases, the like these rounds become much more hard. Okay, so that is the basic like understanding about data structures algorithms that you need to know, that why are we learning this. Okay, the second thing that we will get started off with is why C++, why not some other language. Okay, so why are we choosing C++ as a language in this particular bootcamp? Why not Java? Why not Python? Okay, these are some other languages as well. Some of you might have heard these names. Some of you might be like hearing about these names for the very first time. Okay, so Java, Python, then you are having C, you are having JavaScript. Okay, so there are so many languages out there. Okay, many more. There's even a language that is called as Pikachu. Okay, where you just have to write Pika, 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 Pika in the entire language itself. So there are some funny languages out there that exist, but these are some of the main languages that most of the people use at any point of time. So why are we choosing C++ and not these other languages? Is that data structures and algorithms not possible to learn in these languages? Absolutely not. Data structures and algorithms is just a concept. Okay, it's just algorithms at the end. And most of you must have studied about algorithms when you were in 10th standard mathematics itself. Algorithms are nothing else but step-by-step processes, like step-by-step procedure on how to solve a problem. Okay, so it is not related to programming at all. It's just an algorithm itself. How you choose to implement the algorithm is totally up to you. You can choose to implement it in Java, you can choose to implement it in Python, you can choose to implement it in C, JavaScript. It's totally up to you. But why are we choosing C++? Does that give us an additional advantage over something else? That is a question that I want to answer first of all. Okay, so what happens right now is, why are we learning DSA? To compete. Okay, this is not something that you're going to use in your projects. This is not something that you're going to use in the industry. This is just to cross an examination itself. Which is that examination? That examination is your interview process for any company that you want yourself to get selected for. It's just like giving JEE mains and advance. Okay, that knowledge and everything that you learn right over there gets hardly utilized in college life. Okay, gets hardly utilized in college life. For example, if you are choosing computer science as a branch, thermodynamics is not something that you are going to learn or use at any point of time. So that is the point. Like, we have to prepare for the physics, chemistry, maths, and get into these like examinations, that is mains and advanced, so that we are able to get into our dream college. The same thing goes on right over here as well. We are learning data structures and algorithms to get into a good company. Now, like I said, the first round that was there was an online coding round. Do you guys remember that? I just told it like 5 minutes ago that the first round is usually the online coding round. Do you guys remember that? Please do let me know. Do you guys remember that? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So, like I said, online coding round is basically you will be given 2 to 3 coding questions, okay, that you have to solve in a span of 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, so you are having a timer, just like an exam. You are having a timer. You are having 2 to 3 questions that are basically your DSA and CP questions that are there, and you will have to write the code for it. Okay, so it will be a question that, okay, Ram had like 5 cakes, you took 3 away from it, he's sitting in a line, the chef is making some kind of this, there are 10 houses on the row, you have the robber has to select like how to get most of the stuff. He cannot go into alternate houses. So all these kind of questions will be there, and you will have to write a code, an efficient code, to pass all the test cases, run in the minimum time possible, and give you an answer. Okay. So what happens right over here is that you have less time. Okay, you have to write the code, you have to think about the solution, you have to write the code. You don't have enough time, okay, right over there. So Java and C++ are very similar. Okay, Java and C++, if you look at the syntax, if you look at the code and everything, it's extremely simple, extremely similar in every single way. If you have learned C++, it's easier to change it to Java as well. But the problem with Java is that, for example, if I want to write a for loop, okay, just an example, okay, if you guys do not know for loops, no issues, we are going to learn about it in this class itself. Okay, so if I'm writing like 4 words to complete a code in C++, the same thing in Java will take me 6 to 8 words. Okay, just typing, okay, 6 to 8 words. It's the exact same thing. It does the exact same thing as well. Okay, but the only problem right over there is that okay, so like I said, the only problem with that is that you have just 60 to 90 minutes. You have to think about the solution, you have to write the code. Now, as the number of words increases, your typing speed decreases. Okay, and you don't want that in an examination. You want to make sure that you have all the advantage that is possible right over there. Okay, so that is the reason why, first of all, I prefer C++ than Java, because it gives me an added advantage of speed. Okay, it gives me an added advantage of speed. Okay, the next particular thing is, let's come to C as a language. Now, C as a language is something that you guys are studying in colleges. And if you don't know about this up till this particular point of time, dude, you need to be mature enough to know this, that whatever you study in college, that is never ever going to help you out in your professional life, in your placements, in any way possible. It's the exact same thing as what you study in your school, and then you go and give the JEE Mains examination just on the basis of what you have studied in the school. You will never be able to pass as well, and that is not something that you want. Okay, C as a language has become obsolete. Okay, no company is going to ask you questions related to C itself. No company is going to ask you to write data structures and algorithms in C itself. Also, the second thing is, writing it in C, there are a lot of different libraries and different stuff that is actually missing. So you end up writing a lot of code. You have to do everything from scratch, and that is again not something that you want during an examination. Okay, so C as a language is one of the worst choices that you can make for learning data structures and algorithms. It is just enough for your college examinations itself. You will have a topic like C in data structures and algorithms that you will have to do in college. You will have to score good in that. That is a totally different scenario, but you cannot use C as a language in your competitive examination. Okay. DevTown, but C will make other languages easier for you, so it is good to make a base. Short, I think so. That's a very subjective topic. Okay, according to me, the best language to learn is either C++ or Java. That is one of the toughest languages that is there out as of this particular point of time. So C++ and Java, if you are able to learn, you can convert it to any other language. C as a language, if you are still studying, it's like you want to give the JEE Mains examination by just learning the NCERT textbook. You will never be able to pass. Never ever focus upon C as a language. Focus upon C++, Java, Python, or JavaScript, okay, as a language itself. Now let's come to the other two languages, that is Python and JavaScript. Python and JavaScript. See, the problem with Python, so when I talk about programming languages, okay, when I speak about programming languages, I talk about the languages that I use for data structures and algorithms, that is C++ and Java. Okay, I rarely use them for development purposes. Now, when I look for development languages, okay, these are languages that are used to make like apps or websites or maybe like AI, ML algorithms, all these kind of stuff. Then I look at the development languages like Python and JavaScript. Okay, now the problem with Python and JavaScript is pretty simple. So let me just tell you guys one extremely interesting story. I hope that you guys will be able to learn something from this. It has been 4 years, okay, for me since I started my professional work and all these kind of stuff. In these 4 years, I've spent most of my time dealing with JavaScript. Okay, as a professional, like I used to make backend web development applications on JavaScript. I used to make front-end applications on JavaScript. I even deployed some of the machine learning models in Geo in JavaScript itself. But I never ever mentioned JavaScript as a language on my resume up till this particular point of time. I've never ever mentioned JavaScript as a language on my resume. And that is because of one of the things that happened with me. Initially, I used to mention it, of course, like every single noob that is there out there. So I used to mention like, okay, I know Python, I know JavaScript, I know Java, I know C++. I went to a Morgan Stanley, I think so, interview round, and they looked at the resume. They saw, okay, so JavaScript. And then I cannot even say it, like they fucked me deep. Okay, like they started asking me questions that I had no clue. Even after at that point of time, I was 2 years into working with JavaScript as a professional career itself. I had no fucking clue what they were asking. The problem with Python and JavaScript is that these are amazing languages, but these are made for development purposes. There is a lot of depth in these languages itself. There's a lot of libraries, a lot of modules, a lot of different things that you can do with it. And that is just not possible for us to learn and to remember without having the access to the internet. Because during an interview, you don't have an access to the internet. And they will ask you questions. And remember this, that it's not just data structures and algorithms that they are going to ask. DSA is not the only thing that they are going to ask. Whatever programming language that you use for data structures and algorithms, whether it be C, C++, Java, Python, JavaScript, whatever programming language you use for data structures and algorithms, they are going to ask you questions related to that as well. Okay, so that is the reason why C++ does not has a lot of depth into it. So you don't have to learn a lot. You don't have to worry about it a lot. Okay, it's easier to learn. It's easier to implement. Once you get your hands on practice as well, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, Python and JavaScript have a lot of depth behind it. When the interview starts, you are not going to know what the hell hit you up. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm saying C++ is one of the best languages to go further with that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please do let me know. Great. So these are some of the small points that guys you need to understand, because right now you are not just a kid anymore. Okay, you are, and everybody who is in the live chat, okay, right now is your competitor. Okay, is a challenger to you. And these are just a very small percentage of the people who you have to fight against. Okay, you must be knowing that a lot of layoffs have happened in the IT industry during the past few years itself. A lot of unemployed people from your own batch, your seniors, your juniors, you're fighting with all of these people. Almost at one time, you're fighting with 10 lakh, a million people at the same point of time for getting these jobs. Okay, so you need to have every single advantage in your corner. That's the reason why I've seen most of the students like Python is a very easy language to learn. And that's true. The learning curve for Python is very steep. Like you can easily learn it at any point of time. But the depth is so much that you will never be able to complete it. And that is where you get fucked in the interview itself. So that is the point that I'm trying to make. Make sure that whatever decisions that you are taking up at any point of time, take it using your own brains. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the analysis of algorithms, guys. Okay. That is the topic that we want to pursue further. Analysis of algos. Okay, so what is an algorithm first of all? An algorithm is nothing else but a set of procedures, a set of steps that are being given to you so that you are able to make a solution for a particular problem statement itself. So that is basically the meaning of algorithms. Again, algorithms have nothing to do with programming. You implement these algorithms using these programming languages themselves. Okay, so algorithms is basically text and mathematics. That's it. Okay, so let us take one of the examples. We are talking about how to analyze different algorithms. Okay, the question is that sum of n natural numbers. See, my handwriting is not that great. So please try to understand whatever I'm writing. Okay, just take an approximation that, okay, this looks like numbers, so it must be numbers itself. So the problem statement is extremely simple, sum of n natural numbers. Give me a second, guys. I need like my secondary laptop so that I'm able to look at the live chat, because right now I'm not able to see anything that you guys are writing. So I'll just bring my laptop once. Give me just like 1 minute or so, and up to that point of time, do let me know if you have any prior experience with learning of data structures and algorithms or not. Okay, and which language are you planning to pursue data structure algorithms further into? Up to that point of time, I'll just get my laptop. Okay, guys, I've brought my laptop as well. I'll just open it up. Give me a second. Alright. Charge is less. I will have to charge it again. Okay. So I've opened up the live chat on my laptop as well. So there shouldn't be any issues with that. And yeah, let us start with that. Okay, so as you're able to see, the question is extremely simple. Okay, that we have to calculate the sum of the first n natural numbers. Let us say that the first example, so that you guys are able to understand, let's take up n is equals to 3. Okay, so n is equals to 3. Now that is our input. I'm just writing IP for input. That is the short form for input itself. Okay, and okay, so sir, I've just heard that many big apps are shifting from JavaScript to Python, and also C++ is slowly becoming less popular to people. Darpan Daswani, like I said, you don't need to concern yourself with what, that is what I was explaining the entire time. The point being that you are learning C++ for just cracking that interview. You're not going to use it in the industry at any point of time. Whereas you have to learn another language, that is Python and JavaScript, as your development language. But nobody is going to ask you questions related to that, because that is a development language. You have already said that my programming language is C++. Okay, that is how you are able to save yourself from hard questions. And my development language is maybe Python or maybe JavaScript. That is totally up to you. If you want to go into data science, it's Python. If you want to go into web development, app development, you say JavaScript itself. So that is how you plan things out. You need to make sure that you are at the advantage at all times. That is the reason why I said that. Okay, so input, as you're able to see, we are having n is equals to 3. Let us check the output, guys. So what would be the output? Can somebody let me know? The first sum of first three numbers itself, what will be the output, guys? Please let me know. 6. That's absolutely clever. How 6? So 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. Okay, that is the sum of the first three natural numbers itself. So that's 6. Let us mark that as well. Okay, so the next particular thing that we are having is, let's take up another example. Let's take up the input to be 5. Okay, let's take up n is equals to 5 right over here. and the output in that particular case will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is almost 15. Okay, so you are having an example as well, just to make sure that you are able to understand the question. So you are basically calculating the sum of the first n natural numbers. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, so there are two possible solutions for this that I'm going to show to you guys right now. Okay, the first solution is pretty simple. So I'm just removing everything from my screen itself. So is data structures algorithms in C important or not? No, it's not important. Okay, so right over here, as you are able to see, there are two possible solutions that we are going to work with. Okay, there are two possible solutions that we are going to work with right now. The first solution is extremely simple. Okay, let me just open that up. Okay, so the first solution we are going to look at is by using for loops itself. So many of you must not have any idea about for loops. So let's first start with the understanding about for loops only. Okay, so for loop is extremely simple. If you want to do something again and again, okay, if you want to do a particular action again and again for a set of times itself, you use something that is called as a loop. Okay, you use something. What do you mean by loop? Loop in English means like doing something again and again. Something is stuck in a loop, that means it is doing that again and again itself. So for example, right over here, I want to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So I'm adding the natural numbers. I'm adding the n natural numbers again and again. So every time I'm performing just one operation, that is, I'm adding the previous natural number to the next natural number, and then again, and so on and so forth. So I can represent this as a for loop. A for loop has four parts. Okay, two big parts, and then it's subdivided into four. So let us look at that. So let us write a for loop for int I is equals to 0. I is let's take up I is equals to 1. Okay, let's not take up I is equals to 0. Let's take up I is equals to 1. I is less than equal to n. Okay, and I plus plus. Okay, so this is the first part of a for loop. Okay, this is the first part of your for loop right over here. So what we want to do right now is that the first part is initializing the iterator. Here I is a variable. Okay, what is a variable, guys? A variable is a particular nickname that you use instead of the value itself. Instead of writing like 1 2 3 every single time, I'm just writing I that has the value of 1 inside of it. So I is the nickname for the value 1. Okay, so I is a variable. Variable is a very important concept used in every single programming language, guys. So here I is a variable, and this is the iterator that we are going to use. So you can think about it as this is a party. Okay, you are having a party right over here, PARTY party. So, and this is the entry gate for the party itself. This is the exit gate for the party. Okay, so you enter via here, you exit via here itself. Now what do we want to do is, initially I've said that okay, I is equals to 1. Okay, that is my iterator. I is equals to 1. That is what I have defined I as. Okay, I have initialized I as I is equals to 1 right over here. Okay, I've set up a like a contingency plan as well, that okay, I should always be less than or equal to n. Okay, I should always be less than or equal to n. What is this n, guys? N is the n is the input that has been given to us. Okay, the input was 3. Okay, the output was 6. Okay, the input was 5. The output was 15. So whatever the input is, okay, that is 3 or 5 or 10, whatever the input is, that is what n represents. Okay, n represents the input, guys. Okay, so I've said that okay, I is less than 1. On this gate, okay, on this gate I have a security guard. On this gate I have a security guard right over here, and this particular person has to check whether the value of I is less than equal to n or not. Okay, whether the value of I is less than or equal to n or not. That is the work of this particular security guard. And whenever I enters into my party, okay, whenever I enters into my party itself, when it comes out, its value is increased by 1. Okay, so I plus plus basically means I is equals to I plus 1. We are incrementing the value by 1. That is the meaning of I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus basically means I is equals to I plus 1. So we are incrementing. Okay, we are incrementing the value of I by 1. Okay, we are increasing the value of I by 1. So whenever it leaves the path to I plus 1, we are having this particular function, that is the increment function that we are having right over here. Okay, then I will again go back to this particular entry gate. Again the police will check whether its value is less than equal to n or not, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let us try to understand this entire process. Let's write a code and let's try to understand that. Let's say that we are having from my end, it looks good enough. From my end, it's not lagging as of this particular point of time, guys. I don't think so. It should be lagging right now. It looks fine from my end. No lag. Okay, great. So let's try to understand it from right over here, guys, with an example itself. What we are going to do is we are going to start with int sum. Okay, we are again creating a variable called as sum. That is an integer. Okay, integer is again something that you already know in your school itself. You must have heard about integers 1 2 3 4 5 6, negative 1 2 3 4 5 6, and all this kind of stuff. So the data type of this variable called as sum, okay, the data type, the type of the data that it contains is an integer only. Okay, that is what I'm declaring right over here, that this is a variable called as sum that can only take in values. Okay, that can only take in values, that is an integer, and right now I'm assigning a value to it. Okay, that is 0. So this is called as declaration or initialization. This step is called as declaration and initialization. Okay, I've written the wrong spelling, INIT in it. Okay, so declaration and initialization, where you are declaring that, okay, this is a sum, is a variable, and it has a data type of integer, and you're initializing that variable by writing equal to 0. Okay, that is, it contains the value 0 inside of it. Okay, so that is called as declaration and initialization. The next particular thing that we are having is for int I is equals to 0, int I is equals to 1, I is less than equal to n. Okay, and then I plus plus. Okay, we are having this particular code right over here. Now inside of this for loop, you are having sum is equals to sum plus I. Okay, we are having sum is equals to sum plus I right over here, and then at the end you want to return sum again. So let's try to understand what is happening. Okay, let's try to understand what is happening right over here. So initially, let's represent it by again a party itself. So we are having a party right over here. This is the party box that we are having. There is an opening gate, that is where you can come inside. There is a gate from where you can leave as well. Okay, the entry and the exit right over here. On the entry, you are having a police officer. Okay, this is the police officer right over here. Okay, and his job is to basically check if the value of I is less than or equal to n or not. That is his work. Okay, it has to specify that, okay, the value of I is less than or equal to n or not. If it is, then it is allowed to go inside the party. If it is not, we will not be allowing it to go into the party itself. Initially, the value of I is equals to 1, as well as the value of sum is equals to 0. Okay, these are the two things that we know. Sum is 0 initially, I is 1 initially, and whenever it is leaving the party, the value of I will be increased by 1. Okay, I plus plus, the value of I will be increased by 1. Let us take up an example right now. Let us take up the example of 3. that is n equals to 3. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, we are having n. Okay, it's not n. N is equals to 3 right over here. So let's get inside. Okay, we have first declared that, okay, the value of n is 3. Let's assume that. So the security will check whenever the value of I is less than or equal to 3. Okay, whenever the value is less than or equal to 3 right over here. So what we are going to do is, first I is 1. Okay, it will get into the party because I is less than 3. So 1 is less than 3 itself. So we'll get into the party. Inside the party, this is going to happen. Inside the party, this is what is going to happen. Okay, what we are going to do is so right over here inside the party, what is going to happen is the value of sum would be again increased by I. Okay, so we are having sum is equals to sum plus I. So sum is equals to, what is the value of sum initially, guys? 0. Plus what is the value of I, guys? 1. Okay, the value of sum would be 1 after the first loop. Okay, I will come out. Okay, the value of I will be increased. So I plus plus. Now the value of I is 2. Now this 2 will again go to the policeman. Okay, again it will check that, okay, 2 is less than equal to 3. Yes, 2 is less than equal to 3. So it will again come inside. Now the value of sum has been increased to 1. So sum is equals to, we'll be having 1 plus the value of I, that is 2 right now. So 1 plus 2, that is 3. So the new value of sum would be equal to 3. We'll update the value of sum as 3 right over here. Okay, again I will come out of the loop. Again I plus plus. So the value of I would be increased to 3 right over here. It will again go back inside. Again it will check, okay, 3 is less than equal to 3. So it can go inside. Again it will come inside. Again the value of sum is, the new value of sum is 3 and the new value of I is also 3. So we'll be having sum plus I, that is 3 plus 3. So we'll be having 3 plus 3 right over here, that is 6. We'll be updating the value of sum on at the top. So we'll be updating sum right over here as 6. The new value of I will be again incremented to 4. So let's increment. So when I comes out, it will again be incremented to 4 itself. Okay, it will increment it to 4. Now 4 is greater than 3. Okay, 4 is greater than 3. Okay, so 4, you cannot put 4 back inside the party itself. It's over. So now we are having the value of sum as 6, the value of I as 4. When we come out of this for loop, the next particular line is return sum. So you are returning the value of sum as the answer. So your answer is 6 at the end. So like I said, for the value 3, for the input 3, the answer is 6. So our code is working absolutely fine. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Guys, are you able to understand this? Please do let me know. And if you're not able to understand something, please let me know exactly what you're not able to understand. Okay, when you're writing, sir, please repeat. I cannot understand what you want me to repeat. Okay, because then I have to just do the entire class over again. So that is not possible. Okay, so when you're not able to understand something, instead of writing no or instead of writing so repeat or something like that, write exactly what you're not able to understand. So that will help me to clear your doubts extremely fast. Okay. What is returns use? Okay, so again, so the use of return is extremely simple. You are returning. So whenever you come to any party, okay, when you go back, you give something, a return gift back to the owner of the party itself. So right over here, return statement will give you the answer back. Okay, we'll be talking about this return statement. Do not worry about it when we'll be learning about functions in C++. But right now you can understand about this return statement as you are just giving back the answer. Somebody asked for the answer, it gave you an input. Now you are returning back the answer itself. Here the return of the answer is 6. Okay, here the return of the answer is 6. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. Now, those who are not able to understand the example, I will suggest them to watch that particular part once again. Okay, because that's a very long part, and just to repeat that again is just a complete waste of time. If you're still not able to understand that, just watch that exact portion once again once the class is over. If you're still not able to understand it, then I will just explain it in a separate manner in tomorrow's class. There's no issues in that, because I understand that even if you were distracted for a second or two, you won't be able to understand what I did right over there. So I don't want that. So first, you watch that particular part again after the end of this particular class, and still if you're not able to understand, we will deal with it tomorrow once again in a separate manner. I will just take up some other example so that you guys are able to understand it much better as well. Okay, so that is the first like solution that we came up with. Extremely simple solution, nothing to be worried about at any point of time. There is another solution as well, a very simple solution. The solution is return n multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. As simple as that. That is the exact, like that it's done. This is sum is equals to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. There's no for loop, there is nothing like that at any point of time. Are you guys able to see any kind of for loop? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to see any kind of for loop? Are you guys able to see anything of any sort? It's just one line of code. That is your solution. N multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. That will give you the answer. For example, if n is equals to 3, let's check. 3 multiplied by 4 divided by 2 is equals to 6. That's the answer. You are having n is equals to 5 right over here. Let's put it inside. 5 multiplied by 6 divided by 2 is equals to 15. That is your answer. For any and every solution, this would work. Okay, so this is one of the best solutions possible. So these are the two solutions that we have talked about up till this point of time. Okay, extremely simple solutions, nothing too complicated about it. So are you guys able to understand both of these solutions? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand both of these solutions? Please do let me know, guys. So what happens at any point of time is that your time, okay, how much time does your like basic code takes, okay, your algorithm takes to run, it depends upon a lot of different factors. Okay, it depends upon the programming language. For example, C++ is a faster programming language when it compares to Java or Python. Okay, because C++ is a compiled language, whereas Java and Python are interpreted languages itself. Okay, so C++ is extremely faster when it compares to Java or Python or other languages as well. So due to that reason as well, maybe your code works a bit faster when you are writing it in C++ than in Java. The second particular point is the machine that you are using. Maybe you are using a very like a decked out machine, like high performance machine itself, and somebody else is coding it on his phone. So of course a phone is a lot more like dulled down or like very like slow processor when it compares to a proper like desktop that has like Intel i7 or i10 or like the Ryzen 9 processor with like the best graphic card that is out there. So your time of any particular like code that you are having depends upon a lot of different things, not just upon the code that you have written, but also upon the machine, also upon the language that you are using, and a lot more number of things as well. So there is a lot of differentiation. Okay, how to calculate like how, if my solution is better than yours or not. Okay, how to check if my solution is better than his. Okay, so for that we have something that is called as asymptotic analysis. Okay, asymptotic analysis, the spelling for that is again ASYMP. Okay, I have to I'm not able to find my pen. Okay, ASYMPTOTIC, asymptotic analysis analysis. Okay, so that is basically what we use so that we are able to ignore all these other factors. So what we consider is that we analyze the algorithm. We don't care ourselves with what language that you are using. We don't care about what computer you are using. Okay, we only care about the asymptotic analysis, asymptotic time complexity of your program. Okay, of your algorithm that you have written. Okay, with by doing that, there are various benefits that you are able to get. First of all, you don't have to code everything directly. You first check which particular solution has the best time complexity, and according to that you can proceed further, so you are not wasting any time writing like two separate codes just like we have done right now. Okay, you can directly, okay, so this is the one that is the fastest, we'll use this. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, so that saves a lot of time as well. Okay, so and it makes sure that it is irrespective of the machine, the programming language or something like that. Okay, so that also makes like, okay, whatever program that you both have written, if we are running that on the exact same machine, then you will be getting the same answers as the asymptotic notations itself. Okay, so let's try to understand the asymptotic analysis for the code that we had just written right now. So if you guys remember, there were two codes that we had written. Okay, let me just write it down once again. The first one was just return. Okay, the first one was just return n multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, and the second one was a bit bigger. We are having like int sum is equals to 0. We had a for loop, I is equals to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. Then we were having sum is equals to sum plus I. Then we were having return sum. If I am trying to express how much time does these equations take when compared to the n, okay, that is the input value itself, okay, how we will be able to tackle that solution, okay, how will we be able to tackle that problem itself. I want to get the time taken by these programs, these two individual programs, how much time does they take with respect to the input that we have given it, okay, with respect to the input that we have given it. Now the point is that like code, for example, in sum is equals to 1, we consider them to be of constant time, okay, of constant time itself. So it will always take a c1 time, a constant time. There's no relationship with the value of n right over here. Sum is equals to sum plus I. Okay, so this particular statement is also of a constant time, c2. Let's take up c2 right over here. Return sum, again a constant time because it is not related to n, so c3. But what happens right over here is that sum is equal to sum plus I. Although it takes a constant time, I don't know exactly how much time, but it's a constant time of C2. Okay, that's just like C2 is a variable that I've used right over here. Okay, so C2 is the constant time that this particular equation takes, but this equation is being running for n times. Okay, this for loop runs for n times right over here. Are you guys able to understand that? This particular equation runs n times. So the total time complexity for this particular part, okay, this part that I've highlighted right over here, will be n times c2. You guys able to understand that? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. The time complexity for this particular part will be n times c2. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great. So because this sum is equal to sum plus I takes c2 time, this particular equation is running for n times. Just we have looked at the for loop itself. So now the total time complexity for this equation would be c1 plus n times c2 plus c3 right over here. Now C1 and C2 both, C3 are both like a common thing itself, so we can just pair them together. So it will be n times C2 plus C4. Okay, we have just like C where C4 is equals to C1 plus C3. Both of them are constant, so I just paired them together. So we are having this as the final time complexity for our this particular code. Okay, the next particular thing is return n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Like, how much time does this particular equation take? Can somebody let me know? How time will this particular equation take? Can somebody let me know, guys? Can somebody let me know how much time will this particular line of code take? Okay, so we'll stop right over here. There's a lot of lag that is happening. We'll deal with this tomorrow with a fresh mind itself. Okay, up till here, just remember it. We'll be discussing about how we got this n times c2 once again. Do not worry. For today, just make sure that you are watching that for loop example once again. Okay, when I explained for loop to you guys, please make sure that when you are coming to tomorrow's class, that concept should be extremely clear in your mind. Okay, so please watch that part once again so that tomorrow it will be easier for you to understand this particular part. Okay, so we'll just discuss this tomorrow once again. There's no issues in that. Right now I will be telling you guys about the criteria for the certificate and how to get the attendance. Okay, extremely simple. Please focus upon what I'm telling to you guys. I will not be repeating any of these stuff again. So it is very important for you guys to be able to get the attendance criteria as well as the criteria for certificate, how the attendance is going to be take place at one shot. Okay, so I'm going to tell it just once. Please listen to me very carefully. I will not be repeating it again. Okay, so let me first show you guys the certificates that you will be receiving for this bootcamp. This bootcamp is associated with 3 certificates at the end. Okay, first of all, let me just show you. Okay, why do I have 74 notifications right over here? Okay, so I will have to check why there are so many notifications. Okay, no issues in that. So this is the bootcamp that we conducted. I don't remember when. Front end web development essential bootcamp. I have no idea when it was conducted. But okay, so this is the first certificate that you will be receiving via Google Developer Groups. Okay, that is via Google itself. That is the certificate of completion for the bootcamp that you are currently attending. Okay, the next particular certificate that you will be receiving will be via DevTown. Okay, so DevTown, as you are able to see right over here, that will be the certificate given to you via us. And the third certificate that you'll be receiving, okay, where is the certificate? Okay, this is also one of the certificate via DevTown itself. Where is the Microsoft certificate? I think so the Microsoft certificate he hasn't posted up till now. Let me look at somebody else who has posted the Microsoft certificate. Okay. Dude, come on, somebody must have posted it. So most of the people have posted the project that we completed in the previous bootcamp. It's great to see so many of them actually like taking up the time to post all the projects and everything. It will help them as well to showcase what they have been working for a very long period of time. Give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to find out these somebody who has posted the certificates, because a lot of the people have just posted up the my project itself. Let me see if this is the one. So she has just posted the DevTown certificate. Okay, it will take me another minute or two to find it. Give me a second, guys. I have to go dig deep. Give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to find the certificate. Okay, yeah. So this is for the certificate for the backend web development bootcamp right over here. As you are able to see, this is the Google Developer Group certificate that they have received. This is the Microsoft certificate that you will be receiving via Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. And this is the third certificate that is issued via DevTown itself. So these are the 3 certificates that are associated with the bootcamp that you will be able to get after the end of the bootcamp itself. So once I've shown you the certificates, let us now focus upon what are the criteria for getting these certificates as well. The first certificate that you will be receiving will be the DevTown certificate. Okay, DevTown, DevTown certificate that you will be getting. That will be the first certificate. Now, the DevTown certificate will be given to only those students who will be having 7 out of 7 days of attendance or 100% of attendance. Now, how I will be taking your attendance will be totally different every single day. Okay, every day I will be letting you guys know about the attendance as well. Let's first discuss about the like certifications. Okay, so DevTown certificate, those students will be having 100% attendance. That is, if the bootcamp is of 7 days, you will have to have 7 days worth of attendance. Those guys will be given the certificate via DevTown. Okay, the second certificate that will be issued will be via Google developer groups, Google and Microsoft. These certificates will be issued to those students who will be having again 100% attendance. Okay, as well as at the end we'll be having a small code. Okay, I will be coding it in front of you, okay, in C++. I'll be explaining you the entire stuff. So it will be a competitive programming based question on arrays that we'll be doing, and we'll be asking you guys to watch that video and do the exact same code and then submit it back to us. Okay, so we'll be checking that, and we call this as a project itself. Okay, so those students who will be having the correct project submitted, okay, those students will be having the correct project submitted, those students will be able to get the Google and Microsoft certificates. Now, where to submit the project, how to submit the project, how the project will be done, everything I'll be letting you guys know on the 7th day of the bootcamp, not right now. Everything related to the project submission, everything I'll be letting you guys know at the 7th day of the bootcamp, not right now. You just need to remember that those students will be having 100% of attendance and the correct project submitted, where to submit it, how to submit it, what is the project, everything I'll be letting you guys know on the 7th day of the bootcamp. But those who will be doing that will be able to get the Microsoft and the Google certificate. Now, why are we doing this? So that the value of the certificate, we are able to ensure that when you are putting it on your resume, whenever any student is putting these certificates on their resume, it has a lot of value. Where you had learned, okay, you had 100% attendance, that to live attendance, okay, you had done the project, you had submitted a correct project at the end, so that make sure that the certificate value is credible enough, that you guys are, of course, there's no money involved, you don't have to pay for the certificates, it's a completely free boot camp, so you don't have to worry about anything. The only thing that you need to worry about is like you need to focus 100% in the class. Okay, you cannot have any kind of distractions. That's the only thing that you have to do. Okay. Okay, now that has been done, so I've given you a brief introduction about the like certificates itself, criteria of the certificates as well. Now I'll be letting you guys know how the attendance will be taken up. Every single day for the 7 days, you will be having a Google form that you will have to fill. Okay, you will have to Google like form, you'll have to fill up a Google form that you will have to fill up on a daily basis. The first thing in that particular form is that the email for all these 7 forms. Okay, every single day you will be having an attendance form that you will have to fill. The email, you have to make sure that on all the 7 days you are using the exact same email ID. If you're changing the email ID in any of these days, okay, you are filling it up using some other ID, your attendance for that day won't be counted. Okay, you have to use the exact same email ID every single day for filling up the attendance. The second is your name. Okay, we will be asking for your name as well. Now, this is the name that will be going on your certificates. Okay, this is the name that is going to go on your certificates itself. Please make sure that you are not making a spelling mistake in your own fucking name. Okay, that is not something that you should be doing. You are not kids anymore. Okay, do not make spelling mistakes in your name and then later on come and tell us that there's a spelling mistake in the like certificate itself. Whatever name that you will be giving to us, we'll be putting it on these certificates. So please make sure there's no spelling mistake in the name, and we don't want your entire family history or family tree listed out as the name right over there. Okay, please make sure that it only has your first name and your last name. If your first name and last name is also way too big, okay, use your initials and then your last name. That's it. Okay, please do not make an entire family tree out of the name section. We cannot put your entire family on the certificate. Okay, it will just not fit. Please make sure, please use a bit of your brain as well at all the times. So how these Google form will be given to you guys. So every single day after the bootcamp, so for example the bootcamp ends at 7 o'clock, okay, or the bootcamp ends at 7:20 or at 7:30. Whenever the bootcamp ends, after that you will be having 30 minutes. Okay, you'll be having 30 minutes to fill that Google form up. If you're not able to fill the Google form in these 30 minutes, that is for example from 7 to 7:30 or from 7:20 to 7:50 or from 7:30 to like 8, if you're not able to fill the Google form up during that time, okay, you are not going to get the attendance for that particular day. Now the attendance will be shared every single day in a very different format. There will be no days where the attendance is being shared to you in a similar format itself. And it will be shared somewhere in between the class at any random point, at any random attendance link with you. And that too, I will be just letting you know. It won't go into the live chat. It won't go into any of the WhatsApp groups, not on the Telegram channel, not on the Discord, nowhere. I'll just be letting you know that, okay, at this particular position, you are having the attendance form. You can go there and fill it up. That's it. That's it. So if you are not present live in the class, if you're not paying attention to me, you're not going to get the certificates. Like I said, I need to make sure that the value of the certificate is something that is being like continued on with. Okay, the value, there should be some value to the certificate itself. That is the reason why we have this particular thing in position, that if you are not attending the session live, if you're not listening to me properly at all the times, then you are not going to get the attendance itself. Leave out the certificate. Okay, so now that has been done, the next particular thing that we have to look for is your okay, so attendance has been done. Okay, so I will share you the attendance for today. Okay, I'll be sharing the attendance link for today itself, guys. Forms. Okay, so is it fine right now or is it still lagging? So from my end, it's showing that it's fine right now. Okay, so cancel. So like I said, if you are not present live in the class, okay, you will not be able to receive these certificates for the class as well. Okay, please remember that. I'll be sharing the attendance anywhere in the middle of the class itself. I'll not be sharing the attendance link with you guys. I'll just be letting you guys know where the attendance link is. So if you're not present live in the class, if you're not listening to me all the time, then you're not going to get the certificate as well. We have done that so that the value of the certificate, we are able to maintain that, because we don't want people who are not even attending the classes and those students who are attending the classes every single day, doing all the hard work, and both of them are getting the certificates. So we are going to make sure that those students who are not present in the class, they are not going to get the certificates as well. You will have 30 minutes after the end of the class to fill up the attendance form. Okay, after that, again, if you're filling it up, your attendance is not being counted. Please do not do that. Okay, we are not going to count your attendance at any point of time. Okay, secondly, I will be sharing the attendance link in the middle of the class. Whenever I share the attendance link, just take down a note of the time. Okay, at this particular time stamp, I have been like shared with the attendance link itself, guys. So please make sure of these small things. Okay, please make sure of these small things, guys. So let me share the attendance link with you guys. Copy. Now one more thing that I want you guys to understand is that this is a YouTube video. Okay, the video will be made available if you're going to our channel right over here. If you go to our channel right over here, you will be able to see that all the previous videos of all the boot camps is listed out on our channel. Okay, so you can go and visit them as well. Of course, you won't be able to get the certificates out of them, but you can at least watch them or whatever you want to do with them at any point of time. Okay, so that is one of the things. The second thing that I want you guys to understand is that you can pause the video, you can rewind the video back, you can watch the video again. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that as well. Okay, I don't think so YouTube is the very first time that you're using any thing related to YouTube. Okay, so yeah, so today's attendance, I'm giving to you guys the format of a QR code. Okay, so today's attendance will be given to you guys in the format of a QR code itself. So day one, Before showing you the attendance, I will just let you know again, this is a YouTube video. You can scroll, like you can pause the video, you can like just rewind the video, you can do anything. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. What Okay. So you can do anything with that, guys. So you don't have to worry about it in any such way. Okay. What I want you guys to do is, when I'm showing you the QR code, you have to pause the video. You have to take a screenshot of that video itself, of that QR code. You can use any other mobile phone that you are having. Maybe you are having your parents or your friend's mobile phone to scan the QR code. If you're having an iOS device, then you can use the camera directly. If you're having the Android device, you can use the Google Google Lens. Okay, so you can use that, or else you can download some apps from the App Store to be able to scan a QR code. You can use Paytm or Phone Pay or any of the QR code scanners to scan the QR code to open up the Google form as well. You don't have to worry about it. If still you don't know how to scan a QR code to open it up, then just go do a simple Google search. That will be my suggestion. Okay, that will be my suggestion to you guys. Okay, so before giving you guys the attendance, I want a small favor from you guys. It takes up a lot of hard work for us to arrange these boot camps for free, to be able to bring like certificates from Google and Microsoft and provide it to you guys for free as well. We are currently in talks with Amazon as well as Facebook to provide us with much more number of certificates for our upcoming boot camps. For example, we have currently partnered up with Postman. So that is an API services for our backend web development boot camps to give you guys more number of certificates. So the only thing that I want as a small help from you guys is that please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's the only thing that I'm asking. There's a reason behind it. I have to approach these communities, I have to approach these companies, I have to show them that yes, whatever we are teaching to the students, they are really appreciating it. They are learning a lot of from it as well. Okay, and hence, can you please provide them with more number of certificates? So that is how we are able to convince these companies to be able to bring you guys with more number of certificates as well as more number of boot camps. So my only help from you guys that I need is please do like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so can we take up like an aim of 2.5k likes before sharing the attendance with you guys? Can we take up an aim of 2.5k likes and subscribes before sharing the attendance with you guys? Please do let me know. Can we take up a aim of 2500 likes? Then only I will be sharing the attendance link with you guys. What do you say? It just takes a minute. Okay, you can just scroll down, you can like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it indeed helps you a lot because will be able to easily arrange more number of certificates for you guys in the future as well. Actually, the concurrent viewers is 2.7k. That is the reason why I asked for 2.5. Okay. Okay, no issues in that. So I will be sharing the attendance link right now. This is the QR code, guys. You can go ahead and scan this QR code to get today's attendance. You can pause the video, you can scan it. This is a video that is going to be available for you guys for a very long period of time. Today is the first day, so you have till like tomorrow's class to fill up the attendance form. You don't have to worry about it. From tomorrow's class itself, you'll be having just 30 minutes to fill the attendance form. Today is the first day. I'm able to understand that you need some time to adapt, to understand how to scan a QR code and all those kind of shit. So we will be having can we blindly trust you for certificates after completing all the criteria to get the certificate? There will be no issues, right? Kushi, we have been conducting almost 500, 600 boot camps since the past 2 years. So there won't be any issues. You can trust us. Okay. Okay. So will you take up a boot camp for Android development? Sure, definitely in the future. We will try to make sure that we are able to come up with more number of topics for the boot camps. We have planned a lot for you guys on blockchain. We have planned a lot for you guys on even like trading and all this kind of stuff. We have planned for you guys on cybersecurity, ethical hacking, cloud computing. So let's see how that goes. Okay, it will take some time from us as well, but Yeah, we will be able to do that. If you are still not able to figure out how to scan a QR code, you can do a simple Google search for it. Okay, it's not that hard. You are here to learn computer science. At least scanning a QR code shouldn't be something that I have to teach you guys. Okay, so the class is over, guys. You can like leave the class as well. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at 6 o'clock once again for the boot camp. Okay, and we'll continue from right over there. Please be on time so that we are able to start early on as well. And there will be a lot that we will have to learn and do. It will be an amazing thing that we'll be able to do. Okay, do not worry about it. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.